I swear that's the kind of music that it's just like you wish you were a musician. You could be there going off and shit. So whatever, I'll just be a little studio groupie next time
You
around the
know,
corner.
Oh, I'm dragging you to the studio next time I go.
it kind of reminds me of the Chicago song "Hard to Say I'm Sorry," breaking into the fast pace at the end. If you remember that song, "Hard to Say I'm Sorry."
Yeah, probably I listened to a bunch of Chicago when I was a kid. It probably was locked in the back of there somewhere.
I love it, man. It's awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, those sounds were by Haran DeMarco. Welcome to the Quiet Storm on the block with Jen. I don't know where Lily's at. She should be strolling in soon. Yep, another Cat Williams night tonight. I like something that Joe Budden said on his podcast. And I want to. Yeah. I like what he said on his podcast, Joe Budden, because it's something that goes along with something I was saying. A couple of my comic friends disagree with me. I do respect their opinion because they're the ones in the life, right? I'm not a comedian. I'm a comedic writer, which is a different skill from stand-up, and I respect stand-up very, very much. So they don't see it how I see it. I'm a fighter, right? I love competition. And I say, and they disagree, that Cat Williams, the catastrophe, pun intended, is the best thing that's happened to comedy in many, many, many years. Why, Jen? How? Why? Elaborate. Well, because for the past couple years, comedy and comedians have been under attack. They've been victims of cancel culture. Okay, their market has been saturated with people posing, okay, and masquerading as comics and comedians who were just yelling in their cars and uploading 1-minute videos to Instagram and then calling themselves comedians, right? Comedy is a skill, it is a talent. So I think Cat Williams brought it right back to the pure essence of comedy, to the art. Even when he was accusing other comedians of stealing material, he brought it back to the art and took it out of those cars and took it off those 1-minute Instagram videos, people posing as comics. I think it's the best thing that ever happened to comedy. Some of my comedian friends disagree. Would say
I got a big question. Why are we playing nice though? Like why does everybody demand that we just play nice with all this shit? Like, why is it wrong to say, again, you're not qualified to do this? And if you think that I'm wrong by saying that, what are you gonna do about it, nigga? What are you gonna do? You gonna go back into the woodshed and prove me wrong? Or you gonna bitch and complain and go on Twitter and talk about, oh, he's a gatekeeper. He said, he has no right to no. Mm-hmm. You don't think at no point in time, Jen and I have never faced a moment where somebody said, you don't belong here? You don't think that we've never actually had to endure that, and then you take that and you say, no, I do belong here. I'm going to show every motherfucker in here why I belong here. It's part of paying your dues. I thought that's what this art shit was.
I'm sure No Saints probably heard that at the Firehouse.
Yo, look, now we're at this spot. Everyone just plays nice, and the art suffers in the end because everything is bland as shit. Because there's no fire in it. There's no teeth in it anymore. You know what I mean? Everybody's just playing around and playing it cool and making sure that, you know what I mean, they got their likes and their numbers and not pissing off their sponsors.
Okay, well, let me devil's advocate you for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Feel free.
Do you think that level of competition, right? The level of competition that we're talking about, the mano y mano, do you think that should be reserved for boxing and sports? Are we putting too much on comedy? No, like these guys are okay.
You don't think Mozart heard some shit that Beethoven did? I was like, man, fuck this nigga. I'm about to go and, you know what I mean, buy and make the magic flute. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, competition is everywhere. When some people call inspired, Some people say this motherfucker did some shit. I'm angry now. I need to be as great as this, or I need to outdo him. That's just human nature. Competition leads to innovation, leads to creativity. All of these things. It's not just a physical contact sport. Of course, in the realm of boxing and sports, you can see it on display. But best believe, I mean, even when motherfuckers, even in fashion, you see it. Competition. One house could be, trying to outdo the other house and so on. And it just helps the culture. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay. All right. Well, again, say again, Lily.
I was saying competition breeds greatness.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think what Kat did was great because, as you're saying, there's people that are coming online doing like a minute and call themselves a comic in a car or whatever. The sponsors have found a way to pay people that haven't worked very long because they still have a lot of eyeballs on them. So it's great that Kat's coming out because and believe it or not, I mean, you can go through several different things online. I've seen some, backstreet fighting or street beefs or something like that monetizing. They're not boxers. They wouldn't even get through, the lowest of boxers, you know what I mean? But people are making money off of it. So I think what Kat's doing is awesome to bring it back and to show how much a professional really does. If you're a professional at it, I think it's good. It's good that all this attention is being focused back on people that actually have worked at it. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe we're just, hopefully this doesn't continue as far as like, hopefully the mass gets tired of just the fly-by-night person coming on, like the Pearly things. I don't want to go too far off in the weeds, but I think some of it has because some of the sponsors aren't paying as much anymore. But yeah, I think it was a good thing what Cat Williams did.
So I want to grab two of these comments here. Daryl Allen says, Kat just said what people have really been thinking to themselves for the last 10 years. The guys he mentioned really not funny. They are forced on us, so we have to just take it and accept it, sadly. And also, I thought what Black Lexicon said was interesting because Lily said competition creates greatness. Black Lexicon says competitiveness collects enemies. So again, I ask, should competition, as fierce as we want to see other comics go back at Cat Williams, should that be reserved for sport? Pause right there. I want to pull up what Joe Budden said. Okay. And we will take it from there. Lily, you good? You just a little darker now. The light's not the same, but we good. It's okay. It's okay.
It's the best I'm gonna be able to do, and I don't even know if this is gonna work, but we'll try.
As long as you hear. All right. Let's find Joe Budden right quick. I thought what he said was interesting. Where's Joey? Where's Joey with his 2 cents?
If competitiveness collects enemies, then what does greatness collect?
Enemies. And greatness collects enemies. Like what? This is. I posted this last year. I did a video on TikTok and I said your greatness is either going to inspire or intimidate. It's just, or they're just not going to give a fuck. You just got 3 different things it's going to produce: either apathy, or envy, or inspiration.
Look. You have enemies because you're a threat. That's why you have enemies.
or you have people that are envious and jealous because you're at the top. But that, like you said, Haran, that goes through everything. That goes through all genres, everything in life. And if you think about it, I'm never going to discredit anybody and say those people aren't funny. The people under aren't funny, even though some jokes were stolen, evidently. I'm not going to say they're not talented, because to say that can say that anybody can go do what they do. That's not true either. But they're certainly not as talented. They're certainly not as motivated as Cat Williams. And it seems to me like just like a country, it's not easy. I don't want to say the wrong word, but to get to the top is easier than to stay at the top. If that makes any sense. Like, everybody has a goal, and then when you get there, kind of like, okay, I made it, you know. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, when you're at the top, you know, you just need one bad day, you're knocked off. When you're more so at the bottom, you just need a couple of good days. You got a couple of good days, you're high up the rung. You can come back from a bad day or two. When you're at the top, yeah, it's a lot of pressure to stay there. It's a lot of pressure.
And you give people a goal to reach. Like, I want to catch that person. That, you know, that's the goal, to beat that person up top. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the target.
Another thing too. Another reason why I said that competitiveness is a natural human trait is because let's not sit here and behave as if siblings don't compete for the parents' love, man. They don't compete for their mother's love and try to outdo the other sibling. Like, one of the reasons why people are exactly, like, one of the reasons why people were upset that I was not upset, well, maybe they were, that I was an only child, was that I never had to compete. I never had to compete for a parent's attention. I never had to compete for a parent's love. Everything was just given. You know what I mean? So in their minds, it's like, oh, he's spoiled, he's this, he's that, and the third, because I never had to go through the rigmarole of that. But competition is important.
But I think that falls on the parents, in my opinion. If your kids are competing for your attention and your love, then you're not spreading it equally. You're being an asshole. And I do know for a fact that parents do play favors. They do play favorites. Yeah, right? And even right. But to me, it's irresponsible as a parent. Like, it's okay that you have a favorite child, or you're more proud of this guy because he gets straight A's and your daughter doesn't. It's great that you could think it, but humans are assholes, and they have the tendency to project that and let the children know, which is why we have middle child syndrome and the baby. And I'm speaking from a place of privilege because I'm the baby of 4, and I got ample amounts of attention all the time because I was the cute one. I was the last one, and I was the cute one. So I'm speaking from there. I'm also part of a family where we had favorites, right? Regarding our grandparents, we had favorites. I wasn't one of the favorites of the grandparents. However, I never took that out on my siblings because I'm like, my siblings are just being, right? And most people are too weak to handle that, and they'll start resenting the sibling. Why are you the favorite? No, we are not at fault for what our parents were not able to hide. We are not.
Jen, I say this all the time. Every time I see siblings that don't get along, I said 9 times out of 10, that's the parents that've been playing favorites their whole life. I've seen it in my family. I've experienced it in my family. There's family members where I'm the favorite. There's family members where I'm not the favorite. I know both sides. And like you said, it also falls on the favorite because it goes down to what we always talk about, privilege, right? We all have privilege. So it depends on how you use that privilege. There's some favorites that'll say, oh, she only talks, she only treats you like that because the way you act. Right? Like the favorites they'll also gaslight the non-favorite, right? But I notice when the favorite acknowledges, you know what, you're right, I am the favorite. So look, right, I know she's gonna give me an extra cookie, I'll split it with you. Like, that's how it's really supposed. And I notice those siblings get along versus the favorite that gaslights the one that's not favorite.
You know what's crazy?
We're gonna tell the truth here. We're gonna tell the whole truth.
You know what's crazy about all that is it seems to me, just in observing, that some of the greatest, especially if you have brothers or sisters that are that are going for the same, that are trying to impress the same parent, seems to bring out this competition. And those are the ones that you see later on in life trying to prove something to their dad or mom, and they become very successful. There's this movie coming out. I want to go see it because I used to watch these when I was 14, the Von Erichs. That's called the Iron Claw. And the dad, this is not even Hollywood. The dad said, basically, Carrie's my favorite, then Kevin, then David. Now that can change. He actually told them to their face, yeah, you all know, Carrie's my favorite. And I was like, damn, that is hardcore.
I think it's stupid because you, as a parent, you have to think, and then we'll jump into the Joe Budden thing. As a parent, you have to think you're going to be gone one day, and they're all they're going to have. Right. So why would you want to make enemies among siblings? You're not going to be here forever. If time goes the way it's supposed to go, if life goes the way it's supposed to go, you're going to go before your children. They're all each other's going to have, right, as far as family. So I think it's irresponsible. It's stupid. Like Lily said, I've been on both ends of it. And I never, because my self-esteem is intact, I never felt extra special. Like, look, they're treating me better. No, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's not cute. It's fucked up, right? So again, we all have privilege. You just have to figure out what your privilege is, but we all have some privilege somewhere. So with that said, don't forget you can support the show, Cash App on the Block with Jen. If you are enjoying the content, I will throw the banner up for that, or you can super chat me. That is how Mama keeps the street lights on. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Hit that like and subscribe. You're going to like it here. We're going to piss you off, but you're going to like it here. So let's see what Joe Budden had to say. And got to say, I agree with him. But I'm also an asshole. So maybe you guys can correct me and let me know if I'm doing too much.
Was none of y'all replied with smoke. Y'all replied fast. All of you. Quick. Shaking in your fucking boots somewhere, you scared pricks. That let me know that something about what he's saying has some validity. And all y'all replied in a kind, loving way. That nigga sat up there and called niggas' wives ugly, and y'all wrote a rhyme. Ricky Smiley, love to all. Nigga, what? Did you hear the interview that I heard? I'm not looking at Kevin Hart like a comedian today. That's
Kevin's
me.
a movie star.
That's me. If he did some foul shit along the way, it worked out for him. What spoke even more in volume was none of y'all replied with smoke. Y'all replied fast. All of you. Quick. Shaking in your fucking boots somewhere, you scared pricks. That let me know that something about what he's saying has some validity. And all y'all replied in a kind, loving way. That nigga sat up there and called niggas' wives ugly, and y'all wrote a rhyme. Ricky Smiley, love to all. Nigga, what? Did you hear the interview that I heard? I'm not looking at Kevin Hart like a comedian today. That's
Kevin's
me.
a movie star.
That's me. If he did some foul shit along the way, it worked out for him.
Okay, so a couple things before we jump. A couple things about what he said. First of all, Joe Budden is a businessman. He's trying to get Cat over there. Okay, Cat is the most relevant comedian globally right now. He's trying to get Cat over there. Salute to the hustle. I'm not going to knock the hustle. Get Cat on over there if you're smart, right? You think Umar was good over there. Get Cat on over there. Okay. Second thing, again, we're human beings. We like sport. We like competition. I do agree with Joe 110%. They swung back with hammers. Cat had a bazooka on his shoulder during that interview. He did drag the wives badly. He did drag careers. He called them liars, cheaters, plagiarizers, stealers. He called them unattractive. He called them haters. And he put Instagram comedians above these kings of comedy. That was pretty deep. Okay? He dragged them too low. He dragged them too. So I do agree with him in terms of either meet fire with fire or don't say anything at all. And then we'll just think like, oh, he's too big to respond. But to respond, like he said, and he's referring to Ludacris, like he called your wife ugly and you responded with a rhyme, which is the rhyme we played here. I thought that was corny. He just rhymed about how much jewelry he has. I don't see how that had any relevance to Cat Williams dragging him and his wife. So what do you guys think about what Joe said?
Well, when you've been in such a space where, you're getting your ass kissed by everyone on the payroll. You're soft around the middle. When a real threat shows up, you're soft. You can't. You don't got it in you. You ain't out here like that. You know what they say, man. You ain't got the heart for this shit no more, nigga. You fought in silk. You no one tells you the truth. That's your tax bracket. You're gone from the truth. That's your tax bracket right now. So no one's gonna tell you that joke sucks. No one's gonna tell you that doesn't move. You know what I mean? No one's gonna tell you those things. So when a motherfucker like him shows up, yeah, you responded fast because you were scared to death. It's like seeing a tiger in your house. You ran and got, you know what I mean? Ran and called the cops and grabbed your gun. You never seen no shit like that in a long time. That's why you got to stay sharp, man. I bet you if he came after Dave Chappelle like that, it'd have been a completely different motherfucking outcome. Because Dave stays sharp. Dave stays on that stage, man.
So you're saying that Cat called him out for being soft now that they're millionaires.
Absolutely. Like you got a crew now. You don't got friends anymore, man. You got a crew.
Entourage.
You have an entourage now, bro. You don't have friends.
All right. Thank you for the Cash App, Advo. What say you? What's your opinion? And I'm gonna put you on a timer, sir.
Nah, definitely. Good evening. Happy New Year's. It's too late, but I haven't seen you guys, and you guys are all in Vegas, which is amazing. I'm like, hold on, like
We're not. Just me, just the Jen.
you guys united, so that was awesome. That was a beautiful picture. I just wanted to
Oh,
say.
you talking about the picture? Yeah, we were together in the picture. Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. So, how do you call it? Going back to Cat. I feel very sentimental with this because I'm a kid that grew up with Comic View on BET, like 11 p.m. It used to be Comic View. I used to wait for BET Uncut, so I had to watch comedy. So I kind of learned English through comedy. I remember seeing Little Duval. He used to go as Ronald something. Like I used to. Cat Williams came from Comic View. Kevin Hart came from Comic View. So and it was very round chic comedians that came in. So when like Cat throws shade on Kevin, it's kind of like sideways because I do agree that, like, let's say he started with like Soul Plane. Soul Plane was a big movie. That was a big, no matter how much people criticize it, that was a big budget. To have Snoop Dogg, to have all of those comedians, to have, you know, and basically it was centered on Kevin. So I believe that Kevin, even though Kevin did put in work as a comedian, he's still part of like a boule system of, like, you know, either masonry or, you know, him coming from Philadelphia. A lot of times, like, I think that's what Cat meant to say, in a sense of like, you got there too fast, you know. Now, am I gonna sit here and say Kevin Hart's not funny? Nah, like I can't do that. But it does wake up those comedians that became something else. They lost their way in between. You know, I'm gonna go to the Comedy Store tonight, right? There's pictures and there's actually the names of all the comedians that went through those doors. Now, in real comedy, what people respect is who's still in the row, who's still going from city to city, you know? And a lot of those guys, even though Kevin Hart is going to be in Inglewood next month, at the same time, like, it just feel like they don't connect with the people. They're not in tune. Cat Williams was in tune with everything that was going on right now, yesterday, the past, a decade ago. It was just like amazing it's refreshing because even all generations could be able to communicate with him, because now it's like the younger are saying, yo, these people are like bought up, like, you know, Chris Tucker being on Epstein Island. But my time is gone.
Okay, so you know, it didn't get lost on me, and I'm sure anybody who's an intellectual, that Cat Williams was playing chess. Everything he said was calculated. It looked like freestyle. It looked like I'm just gonna come up here and drag dudes. It took Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay, years to get Cat Williams over there. It wasn't a phone call and then Cat's like, I'll come through next week. Took him years. I think he's a tactician. And that's what happens when you are smart. Not only is he smart, but he's a very talented roast comedian. So really, the other comics were just outgunned, in my opinion. And that's why it's so hard for them to clap back effectively. I would have thought Ludacris would have did better than he did because he's a rapper. He's in the arena where there's serious competition. But I feel like he fell short too. I do agree with you. Kevin Hart isn't my style of comedy, but I can't say that he's not funny because he fills seats. And he fills seats in arenas, right? He's just not my kind of comedy, but I have a different type of comedy. I like, Frasier and Chappelle and Chris Rock. I'm, George Carlin and, but a lot of people like that chuckle, pineapples type of comedy. And let's face it, most people like simple things that they can easily understand. That is why they tell pop singers with great voices to sing, I'm a genie in a bottle, baby, because nobody could keep up with Christina Aguilera's real talent and real vocals. So they have these pop stars sing these really corny songs that the average girl can sing in her bedroom when she's singing into her brush. So a lot of people are going to like Kevin Hart more than they're going to like Cat Williams. Now, people that like, intellectuals in competition, they're going to like Cat Williams, right? So there's something for everybody. But you're right. We can't say Kevin Hart isn't funny. He's just not somebody that I would get tickets for. If I got Kevin Hart tickets, I would sell them for Cat Williams tickets or Chris Rock tickets or Chappelle tickets. And I'll pass the mic.
Thanks.
Lily, you want to say something?
I'll keep talking.
No,
I
because
really ain't got nothing left.
Wi-Fi is acting crazy.
Yeah, but you know why I was mad? The only thing I didn't like about Cat was that Cat did not diss. He dissed everybody, like 42 people he named, right? But he did not name that 14-year-old kid that put him in a headlock. I wanted a joke about, come on, like even that kid, like I wanted an update of that kid, like, oh, he's in juvenile detention. Like, come on, something. Like, or even the other comedians, they could have said something about that kid. Like, why you going so hard on me? Why you didn't do that to the kid that, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he got beat up by a 14-year-old. You could have so many jokes about that. And everybody's saying drugs. Okay, that's played out. And you know what was a downfall that I realized? On Twitter, I learned that Dave Chappelle did dress as a female for Howard Stern.
Yeah, he did it twice. He did it twice. It was in a movie and for Howard Stern. I don't really care much about men in dresses. I really don't, honestly don't care.
Fact because like now his comedy, I saw his comedy set and like on Netflix, and it dropped on the same day of Cat. And guess what? Cat drowned Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle is just so intense on just now the comedy is just raunchy, just like Texas, comedy, just everything, it's just like super homophobic, and it's like, bro, like, can you just like talk about something else? And it just the punchline was that the end of the show was that, and it just like hypocritical.
What are you talking about? Whose show?
He had a stand-up show that dropped on Netflix a week ago. Dave Chappelle.
I don't think it was homophobic. You thought it was homophobic?
It was like in certain ways it was kind of like I like the joke about Jim Carrey, but I think it's like, is it a closeout? Like when you do comedy, you go, this is the topic, right? But you go topic, something in the middle, and then topic at the end, and that's confusing for a comedy set, because it's like.
Were you confused by it?
What do you mean confused?
Were you confused by Dave Chappelle connecting his experience meeting Jim Carrey to people that are transgender? Were you confused by it? Were you confused at the connection? Were you confused by the connection?
No, I wasn't confused. It was just like it's already like 3 stand-up shows that is the same thing. You know, it's like mind your business, bro. Like, you know, just like
Yeah.
it becomes repetitive.
Well, the thing is that you're gonna, comedians, they're gonna talk about current topics, right? The LGBTQ is forever a current topic. Race is forever a current topic. He spoke about white people, so you're gonna talk about current events consistently. And now he's connected to homophobia and transgender, so he's going to speak on that. He even joked about he's not even going to say anything about the LGBTQ anymore. He's going to start talking about handicapped people. I thought that was hilarious.
Right, because I feel like the LGBT community actually helped to promote him through not liking what he was saying. Because honestly, for me, when I heard it, I didn't think nothing was wrong with it. It didn't sound malicious at all. Like there was nothing malicious. It was just funny stories. I think both communities that I'm a part of, the queer community, the Black community, it just feels like we're beyond reproach. Can no one say anything about us at all, period, point blank. And it's just opposite from my belief system. I come from a family where everyone jokes about everyone. It's just jokes and everyone's just trying to make people laugh. So that's how I take it.
As I said before, Dave's brand of humor didn't come into question until after he stopped making Black people the butt of his jokes. Just keep that in mind, man. Why is anybody not questioning that? For a very long period of time, he was Black people were the butt of Dave's jokes. Motherfuckers laughed that shit up and they sopped that shit up. Much like they do with all Black comedians who make Black people the butt of the joke. Whenever Black people are just the butt of the joke, that nigga's funny. Anytime you talk about, as a matter of fact, Paul Mooney said it himself. He said, anytime you talk about white people, they get all scrunched up, they get angry, they get upset. He would when you make fun of people. He would make jokes about white people. They would get upset. They would literally leave. So, those are the things that I keep in mind whenever people have these kinds of conversations.
As far as the, what people, it's funny that he fought, some kid and got choked up. But you're talking about a man that's 5'5", 140 pounds, it says here. 5'5", 140 pounds with a big old kid. Okay, that these kids are built different, for the record. Especially a man.
That'd have been funnier than that fucking check your temperature shit. That'd have been a funnier, topic to get into. And you touching your neck with ice in your ears. That would have been a funnier situation.
So, I agree. So since people are wondering, let's go back to Ludacris. Joe Budden said these dudes came back soft. Their comeback was soft. That is what Joe Budden is stating. The comics clap back. Ludacris clap back. Hella soft. After Cat Williams dragged Ludacris's wife. Okay, he went after wife. So let's see what Ludacris responded. Do you think that Ludacris responded soft to Cat Williams after Cat Williams dragged him and his wife? Hit that like and subscribe for Mama. Thank you for being here. Hi.
I'm up here laughing because my phone is blowing up.
What happened, Lily?
My alerts are blowing up from Sisterhood Sips.
Ooh, honey. Ooh, honey. That's a whole different show, literally.
It's got its own life. It's crazy.
Cannabis shredder. I'm always on my grind. They throwing shade because niggas could never take my shine. I bring my watch collection on my jet. Let me take my time. Like fine wine, I'm aging like Benjamin. Top 5, I'm worth mentioning. Bring me rappers, I'm lynching them. See the pendulum swing, Jesus with diamond thorns. Ludacris, swaddled in Gucci linens when I was born. Never been Illuminati. only Illuminati, and I only left with bitches when coming from any party. I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns. Yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise. Comedians check your temperature.
Do you think that was enough after somebody done dragged you and your wife in your entire career? What do you guys think?
I mean, he mentioned he mentioned he stay walking out the club with bitches. He never mentioned he stay walking out the club with his beautiful wife. So, you know what I'm saying?
With what?
He
stay walking
maybe
out
he
with
didn't
what?
think about it at all.
Walking out with bitches. Multiple.
He didn't. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he wasn't considering it at all. You know, he
Considering what? You broke
hard
up.
on you.
You broke up, Haran. Considering what? You said he mentioned walking out with bitches, but what?
Considering that if he said that he was walking out the club with bitches and he never mentioned his wife, that does to me that means that it was never that big of a deal for him to say that. It was more big of a deal for you to mention that you get hoes. It was more big of a deal to mention that you're not gay. It was more big of a deal for you to shine off and show us all of your trinkets and so on and so forth. It was a bigger deal for you to be performative rather than get down to the nitty gritty of what you're being accused of. Right. So no,
nobody addressed what they were accused of. Nobody.
You know what, Cedric addressed the joke stealing.
When?
You didn't see him when he was but he ended addressing that. Lily, everybody, he said everybody steals from everybody.
When was this?
Okay.
You didn't see that when he was like in a diner?
Oh, what please don't tell me he said some shit like, bad artists copy, great artists steal, or some stupid shit like that.
He didn't say that. He literally said everybody steals. Let me see if I can find it. He was in a diner.
He did a what about the
right.
What about it?
Yeah, okay, let me see. I think I found it. Is it
we all do it. We all do it.
When a motherfucker says we all do it, that motherfucker did it. And he does it often.
When he says what?
We all do it.
We all cheat, right?
We all cheat, right?
Don't we all cheat?
Kobe, like when Kobe said, Shaq was cheating too. Remember Kobe snitched?
That was a bitch move Kobe did, though. That was
Kobe
a bitch move.
Yeah, it was. It was a bitch move. But Kobe don't we can't hold him to street code. He was never that kid.
Right. When you're a civilian, you ain't got no fucking
he didn't, yeah, Kobe.
I'm just gonna mention he's bragging about, I think he had a white Jesus on with diamonds. That is just I would not.
I know that was weird. And he said, "I'm not Illuminati, but I'm looting my." Like, come on, bro, that was weak. That was weak.
I've never seen a rapper.
I really try to ignore it. I'm like, bro, you're like Illuminati, like kind of like subgenre. Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know. It was just weird. He's not.
Every Jesus piece that I've seen on the neck of a rapper is always a white Jesus. I've never seen a black Jesus.
I know. It's never. No, David Banner. David Banner does have a black Jesus. David Banner.
Okay, this is what said. Now I cannot confirm the timing of this. However, he's addressing joke stealing. So let's watch this. He's addressing joke stealing. So let's see what the entertainer said about joke stealing.
What up, y'all? What's up? I'm gonna address this Cat Williams thing one time, man. I saw people on there really commenting about that. Look, I have no idea what this brother is talking about. That joke is over 30 years old, close to 30-something years old. I did the Kings of Comedy in 1999. Probably have been doing that joke 6-7 years before that. I don't even know if Cat was doing comedy then. So, again, You're talented, brother. I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never seen Cat do a space shuttle joke. So, you know, that may be something that he believes is true. I've written a lot of jokes. I've had a lot of comedians steal my jokes as well. So I understand if you feel, you know, slighted by that, but that's my joke. That's my driving space shuttle to the moon, cigarette, cutie pie rocking in the background, parallel parking the space shuttle. It's my joke. What up, y'all? What's up? It's I'm gonna address this Cat Williams thing one time, man. I saw people on there really commenting about that. Look, I have no idea what this brother is talking about. That joke is over 30 years old, close to 30 years old. I did the Kings of Comedy in 1999. Probably have been doing that joke 6, 7 years before that. I don't even know if Cat was doing comedy then. So, you know, again, you're talented, brother. I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never seen Cat do a space shuttle joke. So, you know, that may be something that he believes is true. I've written a lot of jokes.
Jesus Christ.
It's very strange. He was able to, I mean, there's so many things in there. There's backhanded comments. There's passive aggressive, you know what I mean, lines. There's a couple of crumbs of compliments. It's like the smorgasbord. It's like a gumbo of bullshit. You know, in the end, and you know, in the beginning, he tried to insinuate that he doesn't even remember probably the joke, but he was able to fire that joke off quicker than a motherfucker before he got out of there. You know what I mean? So it just really reeks of a person who, you took the joke, man. You took it. Just say the guy you're saying. Listen, there's a difference between a motherfucker saying, I don't know what this motherfucker talking about. There's a difference between someone saying that and calling that person a liar.
And I would say this: the jokes are very similar. There are, and I'm not saying this is what happened with Cedric the Entertainer, but I think there are cases where people will hear something and maybe come up with a joke that they think's their own, even though they might have heard it 10 years ago and suddenly they do it. That can happen too. Or it's possible that people have a similar joke. That's possible as well. I'm not saying that's this case, but I've heard some people claim that, you know, another comedian stole their joke, and when I listen to it, I'm like, I mean, it's similar. You know what I mean?
Also would like to propose a question. Isn't the fact that Cat Williams was able to shake the table so quickly and so easily indicative of the state of the culture? Because if someone's so irrelevant, someone so small, someone so, you know what I mean, someone so broke is able to sit here and snatch the conversation for the fifth day in a row, you know, so easily. What does that say about the state of the culture? That's just my whole outlook on the whole situation. If he's the most exciting thing, I mean, it's shit. These motherfuckers are talking about this shit longer than they talk about the Chappelle, you know what I mean, special. And that was an actual production. This dude showed up, you know what I mean, and actually sat down for a couple of 2 hours next to some, you know what I mean, hokey toke Bama, and actually let off. And he actually gets the kind of press that you would hope you would get if you actually put on a major production. This is the point that I'm saying. And this is the point that I'm saying. It shows just how just soft the culture is and how easy it is to just jump in and bogart motherfuckers. Because these motherfuckers ain't got no heart, man. They live in mansions. They hide behind press. You know what I mean? They hide behind, you know what I mean, mechanisms that make them look good and so on and so forth. All of these things.
Yeah, they be mid. I went to the Golden Globes yesterday. They low key. Oh, but Taylor Swift. What a beautiful milk. Sorry, Dr. Umar, but wow, what a beautiful milk. Taylor Swift.
Okay, so what happened at the Golden Globes, sir?
I sneaked in as press, and so I was right in front of the Beverly Hilton, so I got some good footage. So, but it was just what I was going back to what you just said. Like some other people look pretty beat up. You know, it's just straight up makeup and the lighting, and you know, and it's make believe. You know, because they be looking mid when you go to a cafe. You know, like so you see. I'm in LA, so you see celebrities all the time, and I be doing DoorDash, so I be everywhere. Now I'm like I'm a bartender in Santa Monica, so you see a lot of people in reality, like just like hanging out, and you're like, oh, that's such and such, that's such and such. Without makeup, they ain't shit. Or there's rappers that do DoorDash. How about that? There's 2 rappers that I've seen that do DoorDash.
So the whole point of the argument that I'm saying right now is that what I'm interested in seeing right now is where does the trajectory of the culture go, period. We're talking about social media. We're talking about on a macro level, because here's the thing. This shit is just boring now. Everything is just boring. It's just fucking boring. Even the beef shit has become boring. You know what I mean? There's a difference between beef and you just beefing just because you really ain't got no motherfucking content. You know what I mean? When you actually standing 10 toes down on convictions, it's a difference. You know what I mean? When you just, when you actually have no fucking content and you're just doing salacious shit just for salacious shit, then it becomes absolutely boring. Where's the substance? And that's going to be the shit that separates, you know what I mean, the wheat from the chaff. Because the only way that you can create substance is if you actually sit down and you concentrate on your craft and you understand that, hey, in order for you to really cut through the noise and cut through the fray, you better start really respecting the concept of competition. Because if you don't, you're just going to basically just fall into the wallpaper with everyone else who's just a part of the noise. So if you want to break through the noise, you have to basically shatter it. You have to be a sonic boom. Anyway, you going to say something, Jay?
Yeah. Regarding what Cedric was saying about the joke stealing and the spaceship joke, I think it's really crafty how he concentrates on the joke being a spaceship joke, right? When we all know that when Cat Williams told the joke, he was in a car, and Cedric changed it to a spaceship, but it's the same joke, right?
Mhm.
So that's like if I steal a joke from you and you were talking about I tripped over some flowers and then blah, blah, blah happened. And then I say, hey, I tripped over tripwire. So I don't know why he's saying I stole the joke. I said tripwire. He said flowers, right? I think that was very, very corny and petty. You know, good and goddamn well what joke he's talking about. You know, good and goddamn well you changed it to a spaceship, but it was a car. You guys are doing the exact same act when they put the videos side by side. There is a video that just dropped a couple hours ago. It turns out DL Hughley responded, I think, and Steve Harvey responded indirectly. So I want to pull this video up so we can look at it. Because I'm like, okay.
I saw something saying that DL responded, but it was clickbait.
Right. I'm like, that's funny. I didn't get that word, but who am I?
Right.
That's why I was like, okay, maybe I was in the bathroom when I could have heard it.
I was like, I didn't hear he responded, but okay. What do I know? Hold on.
I know somebody cooking some good up in this building.
What they cooking over there?
Smell like some potatoes and some onions mixed in, maybe some peppers. I don't know, smelling something good.
Dressed. We all been waiting
About to
to
start knocking on doors. Don't play.
say in response to what Cat Williams said. This is Steve Harvey, of course, on the Club Shay Shay podcast with Shannon Sharp. And in today's video, we're going to take a listen to what Steve Harvey had to say in response. And again, Cat Williams continues to have these guys shook in their boots because what are they not saying? They're not stating any points or proof that Cat Williams is lying, because we all know that Cat Williams was stating that Steve Harvey was stealing other people's jokes, and Bernie Mac was the one warning these people not to steal other comedians' jokes as well too. And then also DL Hughley will take a look at his reaction because he reacted to the interview as well. And also stay tuned because Ed Lover spoke out about the statement where Cat Williams was stating that Steve Harvey was hating us to take a listen to. So I'll play that at the end. So stay tuned for that. We're not going to waste no more time. If you guys don't mind dropping a like, and also feel free to share this video and comment you guys' opinions and thoughts. Engage. Listen.
Hold it, Tommy. Hold it, Tommy. So you a comedian, you a radio host.
Uh-oh.
Yes. And now you got a game show? I'm finna go on Shannon Sharp show and accuse you of stealing my whole damn career. I thought you were supposed to go there and enlighten people.
So not only did he say that, which he kind of said a whole bunch of nothing, he also went on Twitter as well today, and he tweeted this out. It says, "You don't have to address your haters 100." And I noticed these guys are very quiet. They're not saying Cat Williams is lying. They don't have anything to say, which just shows the proof and the truth on what Cat Williams was speaking. Now, some of the fans have commented on the Twitter in response to that tweet he made. One person, the father of light, said, "The Cat effect." And then another person, Christina, said, "I think this is addressing them, Steve. LOL. Now, DL Hughley definitely was responding back to some of his fans on Twitter. And you can tell he's getting a laugh out of this because, as you see, one fan stated and said, "DL said he talking about them N-words and not me." Laughing emoji. Okay. Then he responded back by laughing. And then also as well, this person said, "At real DL Hughley." So any cat news? Ain't no way the great DL Hughley ain't got nothing to say. Not nothing. Not even Cat said what he said. "I'm just jabbing, bro." And he responded back by laughing at that tweet as well, too. Now I want you guys to take a listen to what Ed Lover said, because Ed Lover pretty much confirmed that Steve Harvey has been hating on Bernie Mac and pretty much just confirms what Cat Williams was saying was true. So just more proof and evidence. So go ahead and take a listen to this, and then I'll come back to you guys and we'll close the video out. Take a listen.
And then he goes on to say that after he was supposed to be one of the new kings of comedy, that they approached him after Bernie passed and they wanted to take it back out. And he was supposed to be a new king of comedy, but he didn't want to go on the Kings of Comedy tour because of Steve Harvey's treatment of Bernie Mac. He has a lot of respect for Bernie Mac, and I love Bernie Mac. Y'all know Bernie Mac was a Who's the Man. Bernie Mac was a friend of mine until he passed on. When I tell you one dude that has never, ever, ever changed, y'all have heard me say this before, is Bernie Mac.
Okay, so let's get, we saw it, of course, whoever's video that was, it was clickbait saying DL responded and whatever. Steve Harvey halfway responded. However, he did indirectly say, you know, Tommy, you got a show now and you're doing X, Y, and Z. I guess I should come and say I stole your whole life. He's referring to Cat saying, Steve Harvey is plagiarizing shit. And DL Hughley's just laughing at everything that's going on. He hasn't released an official statement. But again, let me ask you a question. Are we missing to salute the rank when we are talking about Steve Harvey? All right. Whether we like his personality or not, the motherfucker's a mogul. He's a powerhouse. He has TV shows. He's done stand-up comedy. He's had episodics. He's America's new Bill Cosby. He's America's new Bill Cosby. White people love them some Steve Harvey. So are we failing to salute the rank because we don't like his personality?
Well, I will say when it comes to Steve, I say kind of like Lala. Steve has a talent too. Steve's talent is playing the game.
I would disagree. As a Colombian, I remember he forgot to read the right Miss Universe, and he read Colombia, and then he mistook the wrong envelope. So remember when he gave Miss Colombia the wrong?
That was the biggest laugh I ever had.
Remember Miss Universe? for 3 minutes, we all thought we won, and then Steve come back.
What does that have to do with what I said?
I could never forgive him for that. So today, when Cass spoke about him, I'm like, thank you, Mr. Potato Head. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. I'm sorry. Like, that really hurt me.
I just want to say something right here. I just want to say something. After saying everything that I just said, I would be remiss not to be nice right now. I would contradict myself. Nigga, what the fuck you be talking about half the time, man?
I'm telling you, like
Seriously.
No,
What you really be talking about?
Harvey is a host.
No.
And when he was a host of Miss Universe,
Wrong now. This is why the culture's fucked up. Because niggas don't call out shit. And I'm calling out shit tonight. What the fuck are you doing? We're trying to have an intelligent discussion, and you talking about motherfuckers flubbing lines at Miss Columbia, Miss Universe, whoever.
No Saint enjoyed his.
It's related to
No, I just that's the biggest laugh I ever got from
loves
Steve Harvey.
everything. Okay, it's literally his default. Okay, my dude, man.
You can't read. You can't read. You can't read.
This is the shit that I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm
what
done.
I said was my question was. Thank you for answering, Lily. My question was: are we failing to salute the rank because we don't dig him? We are quick to say that we salute the rank, right? But there's something about Steve Harvey that we chew and chew and chew and we can't swallow, right? But white people love him. He fills seats, right? So are we not saluting the rank here? We may not like him, but how are you going to deny his success and his net worth? Isn't that the point of getting into this business, to be as successful as a Steve Harvey?
I salute the rank all the time when it comes to a Kevin Hart. I also say the motherfucker's not funny.
Right.
Two things could be true.
Right.
And that's what, but you popping. You just ain't funny.
Right. And in those cases, that's when I say, well, yeah, if there's certain people where I literally, no matter how much I squint and look, I can't see their talent. There's some people where I can squeeze a little talent out of them and be like, okay, just because I can't see it, I can understand why other people see it. I get it. And then there's the cases where
You see that with Steve?
I don't. Yes. I see what white people love about him. And I see what white people love about Kevin as well. And I see what Black people love about Kevin. So I can see, like, because I hate to say it, but like with the Black comedy, it's become like the buffoonery. The buffoonery is the big thing, like for the mainstream.
Paul Mooney once said that.
That's the
Listen. This is not the week to fuck with me. Wait till people finish talking, specifically Lily. Like, you're in a room with people. You have to wait till they finish speaking. It's not that hard. Because playback, when I play this back, no one's going to hear what either one of you are saying. So learn to listen is a huge part of communication. Let the person finish their sentence. I don't know how y'all in romantic relationships. Wait to the last word. And if it's hard for you, this is what I do. I take down notes so I don't go busting at the seams to respond. Take down notes. I recommend that for romantic relationships as well. Just listen. Okay? Jesus H. Christ, this is not the week.
So I was going to wrap it by just saying all of that and saying that even with that, I land at the real talent is playing the game for certain people. That's where their real talent lies at. And I will not hate on that. I can't hate on that. Even if I'm not willing to do what they did, I can't hate on it. They did what like what Joe Budden said. He did what he did, and he got what he looked like he got the results he was looking for. What's wrong with that?
So it's like what you said about Lala, where she's not particularly talented. As far as being a thespian. However, she's a professional friend and people like her personally. People like her and she's all over the place and now she's on everybody's TV.
Mm-hmm. You have to be talented in order to make it in an underground circuit. In order to make it to Cat's level, you have to be talented. Now, do you have to be talented to make it to Steve Harvey's level? Not necessarily. Show business requires different dynamics. Sometimes your talent could be a certain appeal, a certain build, a certain look. Steve Harvey brings that country Bama, you know what I mean, dumb hick nigga shit, you know what I mean, to the table. White people eat that shit up with any. Oh, they eat that shit up, mammy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Field nigga shit. They eat that shit up, man. You know what I mean? And he's funny enough. He's funny enough. You know what I mean? But in order to make it in show business, no, you don't have to be Eddie Murphy. You can be good enough. You know what I mean? Granted, certain things fill the gaps.
Advo, you were saying?
Yeah, I just wanted to quote rest in peace to Paul Mooney. He said, white people love Wayne Brady because he makes Brian Gumbo look like Malcolm X. So that was a description of how, like, sometimes they could digest a person that's always smiling, a person that's always like, you know, like Wayne Brady is like, you know, Wayne Brady on TV show morning is amazing, right? Anybody could digest it in the morning, right? But we're not looking up for Wayne Brady in the community. That's why Dave Chappelle used to make fun of him. So I wanted to agree with her.
You see, that wasn't hard now, was it? After you got slapped around a little bit, you went to the corner, you thought about it, and you came to the table with something we could use. You see, this is why competition and calling shit out is important. This nigga's not going to ever do that dumb shit again.
So this is what I say. I understand what Haran's saying. I will say this. He's not the most talented person, but I always look at where somebody's at and saying, you got to have some talent to pull off what you're pulling, even at Family Feud. You know, everybody thinks they can act until they see themselves on video and they realize, holy shit, I thought I was doing a good job. Look at the way I walk. Look at the way I look. You know, you realize that, no, actors are pretty talented people. Not everybody can act. You know what I mean? So there are levels to this. Yes, there are levels. Is Steve Harvey the most? No. Is he the best? No. But if anything, and does he appeal to some many white people? Yeah, he does. And you know what? That's to the benefit of his pocketbook, I'm sure. You know, so that is something to think about as well. Is like, yeah, you can be, like Haran saying, underground. But some people may strive to kind of straddle the middle, try to get to the other audiences as well. And Cat Williams said he can do that. That's the other thing. So I think Cat Williams, we talked about this. I think, yeah, when I look at him and when I've watched him do things, I think he's super talented, more talented than most of the people out there. But I'm never going to say because, and I do not like Wayne Brady. I always thought he was goofy, but he's got a niche. He's got a niche and he's making a living, you know, and I don't think he's not, I don't think he's just not talented. I think he's got talent as well.
Wayne Brady, you said?
Yeah, Wayne Brady.
Yeah. I mean, and let me just say, I think it's smart. I know there's this undying need for people of color in general to keep it real and, you know, copy street code. But honestly, if you're in a country and the majority of the population is white, you'd be stupid not to have your skills and talent appeal somewhat to white people. They are the majority. Or you can, you know what I mean? You could be black as fuck or brown as fuck and make half the money, which is fine too, because maybe you're okay with being a thousandaire and not a millionaire. That's okay too.
And everyone's important, okay? I'm not sitting here saying that no one should just not run for the bag. Everyone's important. Like, you know, we need the Steve Harveys in the world. We need the Kevin Harts, just like we need the Cat Williams in the world. You know what I mean? You have people who are fine with just being an artist. You have who has enough notoriety, and you have some people who want to be famous, who want celebrity, and that's fine too. You know, but just own what you are, man. Just own what you are. That's all I'm saying.
Well, shit. Thank you for this super chat and this new information. Cat is not playing. Ill Magic says, y'all seen Kevin Hart's ex-wife is joining Cat Williams on tour. Damn.
Let me check that out.
Oh.
Now remember, Kevin's ex-wife claims that she worked on a lot of his jokes and
That's
helped him.
messy.
make jokes.
This is messy.
So she also does stand up. This is messy boat.
So she probably he probably gonna have her do opening up for him. If he does that, oh my God. Now you see what I'm saying? I'd show up for that. I'd pay to see that.
I would. And here's another thing, you know, even before this messiness, he has put on dozens of female comics, and no other male comic has done that. So we can't even say like, oh, this is a shot at him, because he's been doing this with struggling female comedians. He's been putting them on. He's been taking them on tour. But damn.
Yeah, I don't see that yet. I haven't found that.
You haven't found it?
Like I said,
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hold up. I did. I just found it. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Neighborhood Talk reports that ex-wife Tori says she says out of her own, they say she says this, she's joining Cat Williams on tour. She posted this. She said, "Oh, Charlotte, Orlando, Tampa, come see me live with my good friend Cat Williams on Dark Matters." And she put down the dates. So yes, this is true.
Nigga, your broad chose me. Ain't that some shit? Woo! Y'all playing some dangerous.
Hold on, I'm my manager in Charlotte. Hold up now. Hold on, let me make a call.
Interesting.
This is about to get real ugly, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
You love it.
27.
I love every bit of it. Let's go. Let's go.
Jennifer,
I think I made it now.
I noticed earlier you mentioned the wives, but what if some
My
of us
name
look
ain't
at?
Jennifer. My name's not Jennifer. I'm gonna get me a T-shirt that says my name is Jennifer. Give me a T-shirt.
No, but how do you call it? Earlier you mentioned the wives, right? But
yes,
I don't see them as wives. I see them as handlers. I see them as, you know, like the puppet master. You know, they're like the connection to, you know, because like for Ludacris' wife is Harvard. She's like, I think she went to like one of IVU, graduated for law school. You know, so some of them are tapped in as handlers.
Graduated from law school?
Huh?
Whose wife graduated from law school?
Ludacris. He got from a youngie. He's like
what?
He's like 46 and she's probably like 30, 32, something like that. How old is Ludacris? He's probably 50. Holy, let me pull up. How old is Ludacris?
Ludacris is almost 50 years old, yes. Because I think he's maybe a year or two older.
Look at this. He's like, short people don't look old. That's awesome.
So it's it says here she earned a bachelor's and master's degree and is an inspirational speaker and an advocate for abuse and a philanthropist with her husband's money, no doubt.
Right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what her resume states.
And Ludacris is 46.
It didn't say that she graduated from Harvard Law School. I don't know. No. And it says she's 37. She's 37. Yeah. Well, good for her. There you go. Shit, that's what I would do with my husband's money if he was wealthy.
Philanthropist?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. If I was just home having babies, you damn right I'm gonna be a philanthropist. What else am I gonna do with my day? What am I gonna do?
You can buy me. You can buy me this Jimi Hendrix guitar though when that happens for my birthday.
There's money to burn, baby. Why not?
I mean, you know.
I'd be texting my man, baby, it's Haran's birthday next month, and I want to get him a guitar, and then cha-ching, cash app. That's how it works. I pushed out 3 babies for you. And send me the money.
The life of living vicariously through beautiful women. Look at this shit, ladies and gentlemen. This shit is incredible.
That's what we do. That's how we do it. That's how we getting down. You gotta love me. You got the family comes with me. What am I gonna do with all the millions? How many red bottoms can I buy? Like, what are we gonna do? Let's spread the money. Let's spread the money.
Exactly.
I don't think though. I disagree. I don't think that those women are puppet masters. I don't think those men would be with those women if they were puppet masters, with the exception of Steve Harvey's wife. She is a professional. With the exception of Steve Harvey's wife, but the other ones are just trophy wives. They're just pretty girls, that look good on. Yeah, I don't think Kevin Hart's wife runs jack shit. I don't think Ludacris's wife runs jack shit. Who else? Who else did Cat Williams mention? I don't think Cedric the Entertainer's wife runs jack shit. I don't think they run anything but their households, which is a job in itself, and salute to them. But I think the only gangsta in this whole thing is Steve Harvey's wife, Marjorie Harvey. Like, she changed his whole life. Whole life. Walks, he talks.
In terms of saluting the rank, I salute her, because Steve wouldn't be where he is right now if it wasn't for her. No, let's just call it what it is.
He says it though. He says it.
Yeah, she got him thinking differently, dressing differently, got him out them loud ass fucking weird suits and shit like that. Had him dressing like a person who's prepared for success, who is that nigga. I am here. Yeah, like she a street chick. I could tell her. I know a street chick when I see one, man. I was like, yeah, she a scammer. Yeah.
Well, I mean, her children's fathers were drug dealers, so she's not a stranger. And I'm not saying that in a bad. I mean, who hasn't dated a drug dealer too, right? Coming from where we come from, I'm just saying that to qualify. The chick got street smart. She ain't no, summa cum laude debutante. Okay, from Baldwin Hills. No, she's from the streets. Marjorie's from the streets. That's why she got not one but two drug dealers. So she likes money, right? She likes power. She likes the alpha, and she just figured, you know what I mean? I'm a puppet string this dude who has enough talent and enough to make it. And it was a smart move on her. She played chess, and salute to her. She, you know what I mean? Now she's running around a red bottom she never worked for. So that's
Marcos, yeah, majority played Steve for the simp he is. Yes, I agree. But guess what? He's a millionaire because of it. Y'all niggas get played by chicks and get nothing but back child support. So you alpha niggas get nothing but back child support. So who's really winning out here, man?
You know what? That's what I meant to tell you all. I wanted to change the definition of simp for 2024. Okay, so the new definition of simp is a man who is getting what he wants out of women.
Sounds like
if women like him. No, if a woman likes him, he's a simp. If women are nice to him, he's a simp.
That's literally a playboy.
If women want to have sex with him, he's a simp.
That's literally
women
a playboy.
talk to him.
No, it's not. It's not a playboy. It's not a playboy.
It's literally a playboy.
Because at this
I don't want to call it a playboy because you don't want to recognize he has options. But it's literally a fucking playboy. Y'all love y'all some playboys. Y'all love y'all some playboys.
Nope, it's not. It's not because
y'all love y'all some Bruce Waynes. Yes,
no, that's a different topic. What Lily's saying is just because if you're calling Steve Harvey a simp with Lily's definition, he's just dedicated to one woman. He's up her ass. He's literally dedicated to one woman. A playboy, he's spreading his seed and his penis around in his community.
Okay. All right. That's a different topic.
It could be one woman. I think a playboy is getting things from women from a lot of different women. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I see the point here. I see the point. But overall, I mean, look, man, no harm, no foul, no crime has been committed. If he's okay with it, that's his business. You know what I mean? You know, she's a female pimp. Yeah. Yeah, she is. and that hoe is paid well. Like
Honey,
what are we
scheduled you.
talking about here? You know what I mean? I love how people try to drag, like, it's not my personal space. Like I ain't out here getting pimped by no woman, but at the end of the day, I got bills too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm getting pimped by the government, so somebody pimping us. You know what I mean? But at the end, but look, overall, it's this, man. Y'all got to really get out of this mindset of being a man means that you're absolutely shit to women. That's not what manhood is. It's not being overtly mean or cruel to women. You know what I mean? In order to express your manhood, actually, it makes you look very insecure. It makes you look extremely insecure that you have to resort to such tactics in order to gain respect from a woman. You have to literally just slap her around in order to gain some kind of respect. It just never really computed to me. Anyway, go ahead.
That's facts, man.
And however, Steve Harvey lives his life, I would never live it, but it's not my life. That's another thing you dudes need to stop worrying about. Stop commenting on the decisions these guys made, because in the end, they got the outcome that they wanted. Did you get the outcome that you wanted of the decisions that you made? I mean, did you?
So what don't you like about how Steve Harvey's living his life? You said at the end of the day, you wouldn't do it. What wouldn't you do? What about?
I wouldn't get pimped out by no chick like that, but that's not how I move. That's not my life.
Even if she's helping you make a fortune?
No, I have way too much of an ego. Way too much of a fucking ego. You can call it stupid, maybe it is, but I have way too much of a fucking ego, man. Nah, I just wouldn't. But again, look, Stu's worth what he's worth, like 200 million, 300 million.
That's what they say. That is what they say.
Look, man, and at the end, it worked out for him, man. So this is the part where I salute the rain.
Okay, fair enough. That is true. Fair enough. So before we get out of here, let's have a little fun. Okay, before we get out of here, I got a question for the chat. Hit that like and subscribe. What's up, lurkers? I see y'all. Hit that like and subscribe. Let's get Lily back up here for the last question of the evening. Just as this is off of did Cat bring comedy back? I think the consensus is Cat did bring comedy back. Everybody's talking about comedy now globally around the world. So I really do think he brought it back. So let's ask this question. Salute to Tori Hart too, getting her comedy, her stand-up out on the road with now the most popular comedian on the planet currently. So salute to her. Salute to Tori Hart. And still using Kevin Hart's last name.
You know they always do. Do they ever change the last name? Do they ever take off the hyphen or no? I don't think they ever do.
No, ma'am.
I would never advise it either. No, you got to make that fucking money. If I was Tina Turner's lawyer, I'd be like, yo, let him have everything. Take the name. That was the smartest thing that she ever did. Yeah, take the name because the name is everything. It's the brand.
It is the brand.
Because now it's the brand. Now every time she go up there and she does whatever she's gonna do, they're gonna be like, "Wow, Kevin Hart's wife is out there."
So I wanted to show y'all this video. You know how we talk a lot here about, this is just the last question. Chat, you can answer. Lurkers, you can answer if you subscribe, because I have it on subscribers only mode. Wait, what is it? Oh God, get off, whatever.
Oh, and I was, my definition for simp was a sarcastic one because that's what I'm seeing now in 2024. Like it's been the definition is being extended to just any man that a woman will talk
to. Right, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. Marcos Chad says Dave Chappelle is another simp too.
Yeah.
I think everybody's a simp to this guy, man. Everybody's
Y'all
a
are interesting. Everybody's a simp. You got laid today? You're a simp. A woman
Simp.
actually gave you some pussy? Simp.
Yeah.
I told you, Myron. Myron said that if you seek to give a woman an orgasm, you're a simp. Myron said that shit. Marcos probably thinks the same thing. If your intent is to give a woman an orgasm while you're fucking her, then
you get in bed?
Yeah.
You're a simp.
Yeah.
Look at you, simp, giving orgasms.
Job?
Simp. Simp.
So you actually bathe? Simp.
Simp. Who babes? Simp.
You only bathe because you want women.
Right. And who wants women? Simp.
Well, I mean, hey, man,
all right,
Marco, like, if me being a simp means that I give women multiple orgasms, hey, I'll be a simp, homie. Because you alpha niggas stay getting cheated on.
The simps
stay getting cheated on, bro.
Because I noticed everyone that they call a simp is winning.
He carried our bags, right, Lily? He bought me a sundae after dinner. He had a sundae delivered to me. Just a total simp.
Total simp. He made sure we were safe the whole time. Horrible.
Who does that? Who does that?
Horrible, man.
You bought me a sundae? Okay. So you know how we talk about how men in higher tax brackets, they prefer and want and don't care about women's body counts or whether or not they're a hoe, right? We always say that it's the richer men, the men that work average jobs, they really like, you're a hoe, you're for the streets, you're for the streets. And we keep telling them over and over again that men of means actually prefer and want the hoe. Now the retort is always, they just want to smash. They just want to smash the hoe. And here's the thing, when you're a man in that tax bracket, when you are wealthy, even the women you want to smash are living good, right? Because they're smashing after that wonderful dinner. They're smashing after that shopping spree. And everybody wants to smash. We all want to smash and we smash. So are you going to smash after, a filet mignon at a 5-star restaurant? Or are you going to smash after McDonald's? I prefer
elevator.
Right? I prefer the former. But this is Kanye West and his wife, who he put a ring on. And I know you guys, y'all always say, this man, they ain't gonna marry. They ain't gonna marry them. And yet we see, we see it over and over and over again. We see these wealthy men marrying and impregnating these quote unquote hoes. So what do you think about this video? I thought this video was interesting. I'm gonna play it for y'all. You tell me. I wish I could play it in slow motion for the fellas, but I can't. So I'll let it run maybe 3 times.
Kanye is crazy.
Now you let me know what y'all think.
Rush, is it me? My camera.
Are you noticing how everyone else is dressed?
One more again for the people in the back. Okay, so that was Kanye West and his wife. Now, the average man is going to say, he a simp. Why he a simp. She walk around with her titties out. That's a hoe. She for the streets. Ain't that right, Pookie? Ray. She for the streets. She a hoe. She for the streets. Don't nobody want that. She probably got a body count of 22. He a simp. Kanye a simp, right? Now, Kanye, even though Adidas fucked him in the ass, Kanye's still wealthy. He's still a wealthy man. He has generational wealth. Actually, he accumulated generational wealth. And he has the potential to continue making millions on millions and millions of dollars. And there he is with his wife, with her tits out in the middle of a Vegas casino, right? So I always say, over and over again that these quote unquote hoes, whores, the women for the street are none of y'all average dudes' concern. So are you mad that you can't afford one of them quote unquote hoes? Is that what are you really angry at? So I'll pass the mic. What do you guys think about Kanye and his wife running around out here, their tits out in the middle of Vegas?
I mean, when the dudes get their coins, if they were these same dudes that's calling these guys that, if they were to get these same coins, the first thing they would do is go get them a hoe, a quote unquote hoe, right? Someone that they deem as a hoe, not that I deem, that they deem. That a week before when they was broke, they was online, you hoe, and then this week with the new money, we are the hoes. So,
look, man, men want to live life with hoes and build a family with a wife. And when you got that kind of money, you can just live life. You don't even need a fucking family half the time. So who do you want to live life with? Life with a hoe. Kanye been fucking with hoes. Look, listen. Kanye been fucking with hoes since college dropout. Don't let this motherfucker fool.
Cat Williams did say he married a whore.
Like, look, listen. I mean, the Donald Trump, the most. I mean, like, what Jesus to most of these motherfuckers out here. You know what I mean? Literally married a literal whore, not by a figuratively speaking context, a literal whore.
Eastern European whore.
A woman who on the books was a prostitute. And she became the first lady. She became a representation of America. This is where the irony lives. We sit here and talk about she for the streets, she for that, but you allowed a motherfucker to come in here and let a whore represent America. And that is why all this shit is bullshit. All this shit is bullshit, man. Ain't nothing wrong with hoes, man. You know what I mean? They are what they are. Everyone has a function, but at the end of the day, we know what it is, man. Good girls don't get invited to parties, man, for a reason.
Listen, this is what I'm gonna say. First of all, I love after I took my eyes off of her the third time, I looked in the background and I love all the guys like turning their head as she walks by. But my whole thing is this: you can either be the simp or beat off to the simp's woman.
Ooh.
Damn, no saint.
Damn, boss, no saint, goddamn.
That one up.
Woo!
First clip out here, homie. Have your first clip out here. Damn.
Oh, I'm gonna have to steal that one. That is dope. I'm about to post that one. That was good.
See,
yeah, that was good.
We telling folks we stealing shit here. You know what I mean? You just ain't gonna find it out.
Stolen.
We stealing that.
We stole.
Yeah, that's got. We're gonna colonize that one, colonizer.
Absolutely.
Because here's the thing, peep game, and I'm gonna spin the block with the block. Y'all were calling Haran a simp. He's been called that before, but here he is in a house living a week and a half with Lily and I. I'm walking around half fucking naked. He got to squeeze my boobs. Lily made him a steak. I made him some honey barbecue ribs. We laughing, we loving, we chilling. So if that's what simps are getting while y'all beat off to me and Lily, yeah, no say right. You either simp or beat off, right? To the simp's women. So what are we talking about here right now?
Look,
what are we talking about?
Listen, man. Look, let me tell you. See, they got y'all all fucked up, man. The greatest R&B singers in the world, the greats. You think these niggas wasn't simping? You think Prince wasn't simping when you listen to some of these songs that he was doing, that he was making? You see, the problem is that you think a simp is a doormat. There's a difference between, loving a woman and being romantic and being a gentleman and being an absolute fucking doormat. I'm not a doormat. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I am a romantic dude. I do believe in, you know, I mean, yeah, I buy flowers for a chick. You know what I mean? Also tie chicks up. But, you know what I'm saying? I mean, both can be true, man. I like being romantic. I like playing Barry White. I like doing shit like that, man. You know what I mean? That's the problem now with relationships, man. You know, there's no romance, there's no pizzazz, there's no whatever. Y'all just want to like beat a broad into submission into loving you. Like it's weird, man. You want to shame her into loving you and shame her into giving you all these things.
It never works. We laugh at them. So let's explain something to this incel right here. This is the last lesson for the incels tonight. Let's address this incel right here. Because unfortunately in this country, I said it earlier on Facebook, I'm fully convinced that in America, we have the worst globally case of lack of reading comprehension, but audio comprehension as well. Not only reading comprehension, but audio comprehension as well. We are probably the last on the totem pole, right, of comprehension. America is, right, because they just shoving children through school, whether they could read or write or not, they're not. So, and then you add to that being an unattractive, sexless man, and you get this fool right here. But is a dinner worth your body? I want to know who up here said that they're giving up ass for food. Did anybody say that? But that is what an incel hears. What I said was, if you want to smash, because women, we like fucking. I know that shit drives y'all crazy. Like men don't. No, you don't like fucking. Yeah, we like fucking. That's why we'd run you over with an 18-wheeler truck to get to a Jason Momoa, because you're hideous naked. The majority of you are hideous naked, okay? So let me get on my soapbox for a minute. The majority of you motherfuckers are hideous. Let me mute your mic because you slow too. You slow too. I told you a minute ago, stop fucking interrupting. So now I'm going to mute your mic. Treat you like a 3-year-old, okay? Stop talking now, asshole. Okay, so let me just say this for the incels that are lurking. This incel here, but is dinner worth your body? What I said was, you dumb fuck. What I said was, women like fucking. They like smashing. I know you hate the thought of it. Your mother liked fucking too. That's how you got here. Your mother was like this in bed one day. That was your mom. That's how your stupid ass got here, because your mother liked fucking too. So let me say this, you fucking incel. I never said that a body is worth dinner. What I said was, since women like fucking, they would prefer fucking after a filet mignon in a 5-star restaurant versus where the fuck you can take her. That is what I said, you dumb fuck. I didn't say that women go have dinner and then give up their body for fucking food. What kind of women are you around? What kind of women are you around that are giving up pussy for food? What the fuck? Your mama, your aunt? Like, what kind of women are you around that you're in a world where you think women are giving up ass for food? What, is a woman homeless? Is she a crackhead? Like, what I'm really like, I'm really, I'm on this social media shit and I'm like, the fucking idiocy is profound. Like, it's a case study. It's profound. You have no audio comprehension. You have no reading comprehension. How the fuck did y'all get through school? And some of y'all went to fucking college. That's the scary shit. But no, you a fucking incel. You reject of life. Should have been chucked over the cliff like in the movie 300. When they put up them babies and it was like, this one's deformed off the cliff. That's most of you. Except now you have fucking YouTube accounts. So no, you dumb fuck. I'd never said that eating dinner is worth your body. I said women like fucking too. And women are always going to prefer to do it after a filet mignon in a 5-star restaurant with a man that looks good versus your fucking corny, sexy, hideous self. Do you understand now? Do you get it? Passing the mic.
I'm going to mention something real quick. Jen just mentioned that I grabbed the boobs, and here's the thing. I would have never mentioned that shit. I'd have went to my grave not mentioning that shit. If the clip never came out, I would have never mentioned it. And this is my point here.
We are going to drop the clip. We are going to drop the clip so y'all can see for yourselves. We will drop the clip.
And here's my overall point. I keep telling y'all, This motherfucker's out here, regardless of what you think of that man. He's out here fucking. He's out here grabbing boobs. He's out here getting steak dinners. He's out here living his motherfucking life. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of what any one of you say about me, nigga, I gotta fight half the time to keep my dick out of some people's mouths. Okay? And that's no cap. So you can feel whatever you want to feel about me. You on this YouTube arguing with this woman that you ain't you the box you ain't smelling. You on YouTube following dudes who are alphas who for some strange reason can't fight, always getting involved with the fucking law and stay broke. This is your heroes, nigga. I live a very, very beautiful life.
We good over here. We don't get it. That's why we don't do gender wars and we good over here. Now we're gonna opine about what we observe, but we good over here. Let me tell you, when we are together, when we hang out in our personal lives, we are good over here. We don't understand this language y'all speak. Anthony Jones said, shit, Jen, you will be surprised how many girls will give up some pussy for some crab legs. You are absolutely right. And that's what I said. That must be the women that this man has access to. You absolutely right, Anthony Jones. I'm not disagreeing with that. And I said, those are the type of women that man must have access to. A woman that's going to give up the box for some crab legs. They out there too. Get it how you live, mama.
Right.
Get your crab legs. However you got to get your crab legs and your scrimps. Get your scrimps and your crab legs however you see fit. What I was saying was I was addressing him. That must be the type of women he's has access to. Because he didn't understand what I said, because these guys only think, you know what I mean? If they can't get it, they think the world operates that way. And no, you can't look at the world from your fucked up, incel, sexless, unattractive, undesirable self. You can't look at the world like that. You cannot. How many times I gotta tell you this? The book. But anywho. Oh, no, saying you had something to say?
No, I was just enjoying the monologue.
Oh, no Saint likes my monologues. He does like my rants. Yeah, it's like these people. Woo, Lord. Apple, thank you.
I love how Kanye is always pushing boundaries as a male feminist, and and also Cat Williams also mentioned that he's also like a male feminist himself, like supporting women. Like he mentioned that even though he always portrayed a pimp, he never tried to talk about beating up a hoe or being violent to women. It was the opposite. He was always saying that like he would rather have women on position of powers. Like for example, one of my biggest dreams is that right before election, the president has a heart attack and we have a woman president. And I just have to wrap it up with that.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else not wishing death on presidents? Anyone else before we wrap?
Right.
Hey, I hope you got your permanent citizenship.
You always yell that Columbia shit. I hope you got your papers, nigga.
Whoa,
Citizen. Here's a good citizen.
Okay.
Shots fired. We are no things on fire tonight, dude. Don't be doing drugs on my shit. Goodbye. Good night. Thank you for coming. Yeah. All right, guys. So this is fun per usual. Thank you, everyone who was here, who participated. No Saint, this was No Saint's night. All right, No Saint, I see you.
Hey. My time, get in there, bro.
I loosened up a little.
Get in there. Come back, see us tomorrow. Follow us all on Instagram. We're dropping lots of things. Sisterhood Sips went viral yet again, baby. I am telling you, if you are not messing with this show, you're really missing out. The comments are on fuego. Men and women from all walks of life, white, Black, Latin, are fighting in our comments. That's how good the content is over on Sisterhood Sips. Please follow it on Instagram and on YouTube. That is Lily and I's new show. We went viral around 3 times already. Fuck with it. Sisterhood Sips is spelled CISTERHOOD S. Okay, follow that on Instagram and also follow that on YouTube. The comments are lit. Okay, and we go up every single Sunday. We got about 6 episodes out there, only 30-minute episodes, so they are fun to watch and they are short and there are a lot of information about what women think about men.
I think they're 8. There may be 8,
8?
7, 8,
8?
7 or 8.
You better than me with math, Lily. Probably 8. Well, weed is a drug according to motherfucking YouTube. So I don't know. You start a channel and let them go smoke over there with you. I'm not fucking with my shit because somebody can't wait to fucking light up. No. All right, guys. So good night. See you mañana. This was a fun one. Go ahead, no saying salute, soldier. Salute to you. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, you can suggest a topic on the Block with Jen at Gmail and support on the Block with Jen Cash App. Good night. Thank you so much to everybody who. Woo! Lord Almighty. Good night, everybody.
Just going